Deliver me! They tarried, but without.
I can return no more. That trial is of profound truth.
Deliver me! Save me!
What sorcery is this? Where art thou? Who goes there? 'Tis I, Li Lei.
又灵，灵啊！
What foul jest dost thou play at the midnight hour? Knowest thou I was nigh upon summoning the city guard? Thus exhausted upon thy maiden rendezvous, I trow thou shalt hereafter scarce dare to boast thyself the champion of Jiangtong. What madness is this? Doth it never cease? Liu Qiongqiu hath vanished, and they draw nigh unto me. I am sequestered in the public washroom upon the 10th tier. Devise a scheme for my deliverance. Cease digesting, for the humor hath run entirely dry. Ah! If Liu Lei doth reside upon the 10th tier, then who, pray tell, is he?
Whither dost thou journey?
Open! The framed eutastic.
Call. Make haste! Make haste!
What manner of foul contrivance is this? The washroom.
Really? 二到无精。
Good woman, doth any soul remain within? I have but lately cleansed it. There is not a soul left inside. Are there other public washrooms upon this level? What ails thee, young sir? Wherefore would there be another washroom upon this tier? Where dost thou presently abide? I remain within the washroom. Hast thou arrived? I am within the washroom even now. There is not a single soul to be found within. If this be a trick of thy devising, then heed my words. I find no mirth in it whatsoever. Believe thou me, I deceive thee not. That game is true in earnest. I find myself in grave peril. I heard a voice without, crying out my name. Be this some jest of thine? I called thee not, nor did I hear any other call upon thee. Thou didst not call, yet clearly did I hear a voice summoning me, a voice that is the very echo of thine own. That is not I. By all the heavens, answer it not. Yurei, how fearest thou? Return word with haste upon beholding this.
Yurei, Shouchen.
Deliver me. He is in pursuit. Where art thou? How am I to deliver thee? I know not. Methinks this place is not our inn.
Thou must needs save me.
幼烈，
六雷.
Flee!
I have found thee at last. Nay, it cannot be. Ah. Lule, alas, Lule.
What foul manner of thing hast thou provoked?
I am called Shouchen. My parents perished when I was but a youth. Luli, my childhood companion, Hisof Kranta Misaka. For this gathering, there were but 4 of us. Myself, him, After the evening meal, Lule proposed we partake in the elevator game.
Qian Shalan, finding no pleasure in it, departed for her home.
Nuna sought to seize the moment to declare his affections, bade me not to linger as an unwelcome shadow. Thus, in the end, none but he and Zhou Kanqian remained to partake in the game. This elevator game. What course of action must be taken?
Seek a day from Qi Xiaolan. Nay, that shall not serve.
A fragile maiden, coddled in the palm of luxury since her birth, would be a boon if she did not prove a burden in times of peril.
To alert the constables and profess
that Nu Lei and Zhou Kenshin engaged in a sorceress game
and are now ensnared within another realm, unable to return, setting aside the likelihood that the contribulary might seize me for a raving madman. Judging by the present peril of Lule, he can brook no delay. The adjacent chamber. They have breached the next room. I can remain hidden no longer.
Shouchen, I beseech thee, save me.
A pox upon it.
hold fast. Thy sire cometh to deliver thee.
The ritual of the elevator. Rule the first. Seek an elevator of no fewer than 10 floors. Rule the second. Enter upon the first floor. Command it to the 4th floor, the 2nd, the 6th, the 2nd, the 10th, and the 5th. Rule the third. Upon the 5th floor, a woman shall enter. Thou shalt not gaze upon her countenance.
Thou shalt neither speak nor flee.
Rule the 4th. On the 5th floor, command it to the 1st, and the carriage shall ascend to the 10th. Upon arrival, the woman shall ask of thy destination. Thou must not turn back. Flee with all haste. Rule the 5th. Thus shalt thou enter the alternate realm. Make haste, make haste. Rule, the 3rd declares, a woman shall enter upon this floor.
It hath failed.
Wherefore dost thou not look upon me? Look upon thee? Only a fool weary of his life would dare gaze upon thee. It hath succeeded. Whither dost thou go?
To hell with thee.
The 10th floor. Have I crossed into the other realm? How camest thou to be here? Was it not said thou wouldst search upon the 1st floor?
He awaits thee still.
Newly of the spectral realm. Was he not at the former Holsidry? How could he be here? Who is this he of whom he speaks? Upon what dost thou dwell? I speak unto thee. Oh, I have but newly ascended from the 1st floor. He's nowhere to be found, most likely. Some matter hath detained him. So swiftly? I but cast a cursory glance. Wherefore the urgency? He cannot flee. 'Tis well to tarry and amuse ourselves a while longer. Indeed, let us retreat and await him. He shall seek thee out when his labors are complete. Thy countenance seems amiss. What troubles thee? My body is afflicted with some indisposition. Indisposed? It's been an age since last I heard thee speak such words. Yea. What art thou doing? If weariness takes thee, rest well. Fittingly, he entrusted me with tidings to discuss with thee.
Discuss.
How shall I proceed? Shall my falsehood not be laid bare upon the first utterance? Wherefore dost thou not rest? Oh,
Take thy rest first.
I must needs visit the privy.
what shall I do? I am now confined with the spectral Yule. At any moment, he may inquire of bygone days.
I know not of my counterpart in this realm, nor what past they share betwixt them.
Of what shall we speak? How shall we converse?
The moment I open my lips, I shall be betrayed. And if I flee, whither shall I run?
Setting aside whether escape is even possible.
The Lee hath not yet been found. Art thou finished within?
Under the door. I have need of the privy.
Why dost thou slumber upon my bed? Let it be, let it be. Let us rest for now.
Cease thy jests, and hasten to sleep.
Cease that masquerade.
Thou art not of this world at all. I am undone.
My guise is shattered.
Ah! Alas, yet another cometh.
Stand not idly by. Come to my aid.
I shall dispatch the first. The hour hath not yet struck. They are mine. Wouldst thou dare transgress the ancient laws?
He shall not spare thee.
But one. I demand only one.
As for the maiden, I care not.
Is that maiden Cham Ken?
What cursed misfortune! How best shall I feast upon thy flesh? Art thou so certain he hath departed?
Perchance he lurketh beyond the very door.
At death threshold, yet thy tongue remains insolent. I fare well enough.
It's not. I shall not perish.
不给命所欠。
I knew not the peril would be so dire. I ought never have permitted thee to come. Why offerest thou apologies to me?
Save that gratitude until we return among the living.
What manner of creature lurked without the door? I know not, though even these fiends cower before him. Yet if these beasts dread his presence,
We had best pray we cross not his path.
make haste. There is yet another of me in this realm.
Should he suddenly return, our doom is sealed alike.
Set thy heart at ease.
He slumbereth deeply now. Hast thou encountered him already? And what of Zhou Qianqian?
After thy departure this eve, Zhou Qianqian did lead me unto the first level. In truth, when the ascending carriage did open, repentance filled my heart.
Fain would I have departed.
Yet she was of exceeding gladness, showing great fervor for this diversion. I lacked the boldness to speak of retreat. The initial levels passed without incident.
We did converse and make merry. Alas, when the carriage reached the 5th tier and the doors were sealed,
Lo, a woman stood verily at the threshold.
I was stricken dumb with terror. Frantically did I strike the sigil for the first level. The carriage commenced its ascent. In that very hour, I knew our doom was sealed. The carriage arrived upon the 10th tier, and as the doors parted,
纠前进都突然四眉下海，伸头发掠。
I was cast onto the ground. The woman gazed downward and bestowed upon me a chilling smile.
My very soul was frightened from my flesh. I scrambled forth on hands and knees, seeking refuge within the washroom. The rest, thou surely dost know.
Thy shadow of this realm sought me out, whereupon I ambushed and rendered him senseless. Concealed within the washroom, my ears caught the sound of thy voice. Thus did I trail thee downward, every step of the way.
As to where Shouchen had fled, alas, I know not.
Let us make haste. But pray tell, whence came this rod of lightning?
It belonged to Shouchen Zhongyang.
There was no room for it within her pouch. She entrusted it to my keeping.
I foresaw not how mighty a boon it would prove.
The carriage moveth without cease,
Is utterly impossible to fulfill the trial anew.
and return unto the waking realm.
Do these fiendish specters never slumber?
Shall we tarry a while and observe? We can tarry no longer. For every fleeting moment we linger in this place, our hope of returning doth diminish.
What course of action then? Set it ablaze. Set it ablaze.
These phantom wretches are much like ourselves. They may be wounded by mortal means.
This ascending carriage is fraught with peril. Should it catch fire, 'tis most probable they would not dare. To ride this carriage is of equal peril to us. Very well. Let us wager our fates.
The direst consequence,
Is but death.
and even should we perish,
'Tis a finer fate than lingering here to be devoured by these phantom fiends. Our wager proved true. Indeed, these phantom wretches fear death as well.
they did not board the carriage.
Calm thyself.
When we ascend to the 5th tier,
Thou must remain steadfast.
speak not a single word to it.
I beseech thee.
Fear not. Dost thou take me for a fool?
The 10th tier.
Come, 倩倩。
Make haste. Be gone.
He dried near. Heed my words well. When that woman doth enter anon, thou must exercise utmost caution. Speak not to her, nor meet her gaze. Master Mo, what ails thee? Twice now have I heard thee utter these same words. To not. To proceed with caution upon this final step is never a fault.
What sorcery is this?
Were we not within the inn? How can there be a path before us?
That foul thing draweth closer, Shouchen.
Seal the doors. What shall we do if they yield not?
Mayhap we should flee with all haste?
My instincts do proclaim that should that phantom fiend arrive, we shall surely perish.
Nay, we must not venture forth from this carriage. If my divinations hold true, only when it hath entered shall this carriage be restored to normalcy. Thou must remember to abide by the rules of this grim game.
To ignore it should grant us safe passage. Art thou certain? Nay, I am not.
Alas.
It frightened the very soul from me. But a moment ago, I had prepared myself to do mortal battle with it. The ordeal is not yet finished. The moment the chamber doors part, we must make haste and flee.
Tarry not for even a heartbeat.
To the blessing we faced naught but that single apparition, and were spared the woman we first beheld, else our doom would have been sealed indeed. Dost thou speak of me?
Nay, unite him at once.
I perceive it. Curses. This foul fiend possesses ungodly strength. Confounded. Perish. How can this be?
Flee. Leave me to my fate.
Lest we both meet our end in this forsaken place.
What madness dost thou speak?
We shall depart together. Or not at all. Look after my esteemed parents.
Cease that prattling.
Shouchen, to have called thee brother in this life hath been a great honor. In the next life, we shall be brothers once more.
六儿，六里，六里。Where is this place? How came I to be here? Where is Du Lei? What dost thou intend? Release me at once. Young sir, I pray thee, calm thy spirit.
Where's Lu Lei? Where is he? Thy companion's condition is most dire.
What is thy meaning?
Thy friend's mortal vessel is unharmed, and his brow hath suffered no visible wound. Yet, strange as it may seem,
his mind hath lost the greater measure of its faculties.
lost the greater measure of its faculties? To speak plainly, his spirit sleeps, leaving him but a living husk. A living husk? I prithee, let not panic take thee yet. Couldst thou recount to me
What transpired upon yestereve?
wherefore did thou and thy companion fall senseless within thy chambers? Did you partake of aught, or drink of some unknown draught? Lu Lei and I fell senseless within our chambers. Was the two maidens who journeyed with thee, who, finding themselves unable to rouse thee, bade the keepers of the inn to unbar the door, only to discover thy foul misfortune? How can this be? How can this be? The wound hath vanished. In what of Lu Lei?
What of the wounds he bore?
I know these tidings strike most suddenly. Yet only thou canst aid us in unearthing the truth. Wherefore, I pray thee, search thy memory with care. Yestereve we partook merely of the inn's victuals, and drank but a measure of water within our chambers. The water hath been tested, and holds no venom. Cast thy mind back once more.
Thou speakest falsehood still.
We have beheld the scrying records of yestereve.
After thy companion returned unto the chamber.
Thou didst flee the chamber in great terror.
Speak.
What dark deeds didst thou commit within?
Wherefore didst thou flee? Could it be
'Twas no dream?
Furthermore, the chambermaid of Yester swore she saw thee skulking without the maiden's washroom.
For what foul purpose didst thou prowl there?
Vanished.
How can it have vanished? Which of ye hath laid hands upon my device?
Play the fool with me no longer.
I counsel thee to confess the truth plainly. What ails thee, lad?
Hast thou remembered aught?
Might I gaze upon the scrying glass of yestereve? Enough. Art thou fearful thy woven lies shall be unraveled? Mind thy temper, one. 'Tis merely the scrying glass.
Show it unto him.
The visions align. Aye, 'tis so. All that transpired yestereve was no dream. 'Tis reality.
Speak unto me the truth.
Hast thou consumed aught that is forbidden?
If I were to tell thee that beyond this realm another world doth exist,
Wouldst thou believe it?
what sayest thou? Master, this youth doth flout utter falsehoods.
What, pray tell, has transpired? Lu Lei was of sound body, but yestereve, how could mere slumber render him a senseless husk?
I know not. Enough.
Remain ye here, and wander not.
I have sent word unto thy kin.
Once they arrive, thou shalt return to thine own hearths.
Is she truly Thu Qingnian? Grieve not.
Surely Lu Lei shall be delivered from this affliction.
Kui, tell,
Hast thou seen the lightning wand which Lu Lei procured? I know not. Mayhap was seized by the guards. Let us depart. Yet whence didst thou obtain this rod of lightning? Haha. Hast thou discovered me so swiftly? Fear not. No mortal eyes herein can perceive my form.
or rather, they shall behold naught but a common maiden
Conversing with thee. What is thy true design? My intent must remain hidden from thee for now. Hark, I shall grant thee two choices. The first, cast thyself from yonder window. The world shall deem thou didst take thine own life in dread of thy sins.
Speak the second option.
As for the second, banish all this from thy memory, and feign that naught hath ever come to pass.
What then of Lu Lei and Zhou Chunquan? At such a dire hour as this,
Thou dost still harbor concern for others?
I care not for Zhu Chenyan's fate, yet thou must declare unto me, by what means may Liu Lei be awakened? 'Tis a pity. I possess no means to awaken thy friend. What sayest thou?
Cast not such a fierce gaze upon me.
Had I not lingered upon the 5th floor yestereve, thou wouldst surely be dead. In truth, thou shouldst revere me as thy savior.
Wherefore then didst thou seize Liu Lei at the bitter end?
Had I suffered thee all to escape,
That fiend ye beheld upon the 5th floor wouldst be provoked to wrath. Though I fear him not,
would prove a great vexation, should he give chase. Thus, I delivered thy friend unto him as an offering.
Is it because I refrained from slaying thee but a moment past that thou deemest me so easily entreated? Though I hold no power to rouse thy friend from his slumber, perchance thou canst. I? What meanest thou by this?
Knowest thou wherefore Zhu Chen partook in the elevator game?
Wherefore? 'Tis because of this. Upon this, diverse games of intrigue are proclaimed.
Heed my words. If thou dost but complete the trial,
The bounty thou shalt reap will far exceed thy wildest fancies. Yet take heed, for failure doth bring forth bitter retribution. What concern hath this with the salvation of Liu Lei?
The elevator game is but one among these trials.
Alas, to my sorrow, Zhu Chunchan failed his task, and thus dragged his beloved to her doom alongside him. I shall now bestow upon thee a chance. Fulfill 3 trials in my stead.
Upon the 3rd's completion, I shall reveal the path to thy friend's salvation.
3? But a single elevator game nearly brought utter ruin upon us. Yet, if his words hold true,
And Liu Lei may truly be delivered, haste not in making thy decree.
I grant thee the span of 3 days. Seek me out when that mind is firmly resolved.
Thy father is here with thee.
The mother of Shouchen hath arrived.
Shouchen, one hath come to escort thee hence.
Speak no more of it, uncle. I do believe this matter concerns thee not. Come, thy uncle shall guide thee home. Uncle, I desired to look upon Liu Lei first. Fear not. The physician doth say young Lei yet hath a chance to awaken. Thou must be famished. Partake of some sustenance first.
Dan An shall prepare the egg fried rice that is most favor.
Hark, we parted but a moment ago. And dost thou yearn for me already?
I require that tome.
At once, without delay. Thou art tardy.
Wherefore the haste when keeping a tryst with a maiden?
Pray tell,
Do I appear fair to thine eyes this day?
Where is that black-bound tome?
Provided I complete the 3 trials, thou shalt reveal to me the means to save Liu Lei. Is it not so?
Verily, assuming thou art still among the living when the time arrives. What meaning doth thy words carry? Dost thou recall, upon the 5th floor, the narrow path we beheld, blooming with crimson flower? Indeed, I remember it well.
I must forewarn thee.
To deliver thy beloved from peril,
Thou must cross unto the realm that leath beyond that path.
the terrors therein surpass aught thy mind could conceive. Thus, there is yet time to repent of this course. I shall harbor no regrets. Is it so? Then I bid thee good fortune. Each night, at the stroke of midnight, the tome shall sporadically reveal new trials.
Upon the completion of the 1st, the 2nd shall be made known.
Wert thou in such haste? Wilt thou not share a cup of coffee with me? I have no interest.
This game doth grow ever more amusing.
Fair maiden.
The gentleman who hath just departed left his coffee unpaid. Master of the immersive script, Shouchen. Measure of fear? Not.
Attain 1,000 to earn 1 draw of fortune.
Ability of the false appellation. The malediction.
Effect. Conjure the visage of a mortal within thy mind's eye, and inscribe his name upon the final parchment.
This soul shall ere long encounter grievous misfortune.
The potency shall swell as thy non-appellation ascendeth in rank.
Measure of fear.
Thrice granted art. A novel decree hath been proclaimed.
Solitary script.
Terror of the rain-swept night.
Trial. Script to yellowed parchment. Domain. Beishan Asylum for the mad. Conditions of fulfillment. Cross the threshold of the Beishan Asylum ere the 10th hour of night.
Endure in life until the 6th hour the morrow.
To depart prematurely shall be deemed a failure. Dotting of fulfillment. 1 draw of fortune. Penance for failure. The descent of doom.
Measure of fear.
Thrice venturing into the Beishan Asylum.
There is no rite of passage, such as the game of the ascending carriage.
Doth this trial unfold within the waking realm?
Hearken unto this. A word of amicable counsel at thy present station, or best, thou dost not cast a malediction upon the house of phantoms,
Lest the retribution thereof prove most dire.
Forbidden to cast upon the house of phantoms?
Dost thou impart this knowledge for fear my demise should come too swiftly?
3 trials. Was the ensnaring of Yulei truly meant to appease the specter of the 5th echelon?
What, in truth, is thine ultimate design?
4 hours yet remain.
Good lad, what compels thee to journey to such a place at this late hour?
I have heard tales that the grounds are most foul and accursed, merely to wander and observe. Alas, the youth of this present age
Possess a boldness truly unparalleled.
Greetings. Might I entreat thee for a boon?
Art thou mortal flesh, or wandering spirit?
Shouldst thou be a spirit?
His presence here is likely intertwined with the script.
Even should I pay him no heed, 'tis probable he shall shadow my steps.
If he be mortal flesh, wherefore would he appear in this place at so late an hour?
Did I not partake in a solitary script?
Mayhap 'tis permissible. I shall heed it no more.
There is no evading this fate.
What business hast thou?
Alas, by the light of day, a companion did urge me hither to venture within. Upon returning to my dwelling, I found my device vanished.
'Tis most probable it hath fallen within.
Wilt thou accompany me within to seek it?
Surely. Let us forth.
I shall enter alongside thee.
Thou,
Wherefore dost thou yield thy consent with such haste?
is it not a virtue to aid one's fellow man? 'Tis but my duty.
Perchance I do but aid a wandering spirit instead.
Whither didst thou tread whilst the sun still shone?
My courage is but frail.
I dared not venture deep with my companion. I did but linger and pace about the threshold.
Thus, it ought to be in close proximity.
It's found.
I yield the thanks for seeking my device.
Seeking?
Gazing upon the manner, it could scarce be called seeking.
Would be more fitting to say, thou didst merely step forth to claim it.
To show my gratitude, pray allow me to host thee for a repast.
Terror of the rain-swept night.
Condition of triumph. Survive until the morrow's 6th hour. To forsake this place midway shall be deemed a failure.
Go thou ahead.
I shall wander a while longer.
Dost thou not harbor fear,
Tarrying here all alone?
I am fraught with terror. Let us make haste
and depart.
Who goes there? Curses!
Thou hast given me a most grievous fright.
I truly believed I had chanced upon a phantom.
Do ye twain steal away to this bleak place at the dead of night to court one another?
Verily, thy tastes are most peculiar.
We chanced to cross paths at the threshold.
I did misplace my mobile telephone whilst traversing hither with a companion by daylight. He has deigned to escort me within to seek the lost device.
Ah, 'tis so. I beg thy pardon. I have misconstrued the matter entirely.
Hast thou been lingering within this edifice the entire while? Wherefore did we behold no gleam of thy torch from without?
Was it not to conjure an atmosphere of dread and terror?
I am called Wang Qiang,
A broadcaster of the digital ether.
One who doth craft live spectacles of ghostly and supernatural affairs. Verily,
I had fully intended to conclude my labors for the eve,
When suddenly the heavens did open with such a tempestuous deluge.
it appeareth we shall not depart hence for some time.
Lo, 3 more have arrived.
Lin Kenghai, an enthusiast of the wild and untamed outdoors.
who purposed to make his encampment near at hand.
Husband and wife, whose motor carriage hath met with ruin nearby. Add to this assembly the broadcaster Wang Sheng and Yu Li, she who hath lost her mobile device within a hospital for the mad, forsaken these many years. This night doth prove most exceedingly lively. Verily,
Know ye this? This ground was once plagued by restless phantoms.
Pray, regale us with the tale, good brother.
This house of healing doth boast 5 levels in total. The uppermost chamber is a ward, sealed fast.
Wherein dwelt the most grievous of madmen, driven to violent wrath.
A full decade passed. As a novice healer did make his appointed rounds, he was imprisoned within a cell by a patient. By the time the guardsman did breach the door, the poor soul had already been savaged and bitten to death. His demise was a most gruesome and tragic spectacle. Thereafter, that self-same cell was sealed shut to serve as a storehouse.
Here long.
Upon a certain eve, a patient in the throes of madness was delivered hither by his kin. Once the afflicted had been duly settled, his father ventured into the chamber opposite, which in truth was but a storehouse. Wherein sat a youthful physician. Ere the sire of the afflicted could speak, the physician spake thus. A madman such as thy son, were better he were dead, lest he bring ruin upon his fellow men. Upon hearing this, the sire was seized by a terrible wrath. He seized the physician by the collar to demand a reckoning. Yet the physician did sink his teeth into his arm, nigh tearing the very flesh from the bone. When the sire had wrenched himself free, the physician lunged forth once more, stricken with profound terror. He turned on his heel and fled, crying out of murder as he ran. A nurse, hastening to the clamor, did stay his flight, and inquired of him what had transpired. He spake, "The physician of this house hath cursed my son, and seeks to slay me besides." The nurse pointed to a figure clad in white beside her. "This is Physician Watch. He alone keeps watch this night. There be no other healer here." The Sai gave no credence to her words. He dragged them to the threshold of the self-same chamber. Yet the door was barred tight and bore no sign of any office. He raised his arm, from whence the wound did still bleed profusely. Upon beholding the bloody mark, the countenances of the physician and nurse instantly grew ashen. On the morrow, the overseers summoned the visual records. The sire had emerged from the sick room, and verily stepped into the storehouse opposite, only to flee forth, clutching his arm. The house of healing paid a heavy sum of coin and sealed the storehouse door with brick and mortar. Yet ever since, the afflicted have oft whispered, in the dead of night, knockings are heard from within the walls, whether it be but a phantom of the mind, or if some dread thing doth truly lurk behind the stone. I must away to the privy. Tarry till I return, and I shall weave a tale far more frightful.
stay thy steps. I shall accompany thee.
A phantom! A phantom! A phantom! A phantom! What is this tumult? What evil hath befallen?
Wang Qiang, Wenqiang, a spirit appeared.
He had been spirited away by a specter.
Peace. Speak thy words with calm. But a moment passed. We sought the privy upon the second floor. The door to the women's chamber would yield to no force.
Thus, I was compelled to wait without the threshold for his return.
Whilst I tarried there, a sudden cry burst forth from Wang Cheng, pleading for salvation.
Save me! I hastened within
And beheld him crawling forth from the stall. Alas,
It appeared some unseen fiend within the stall was dragging him back.
and in but a breath, he was drawn into the abyss.
I rushed forth, seeking to pull him to safety.
Yet upon peering inside, to my great terror, the stall was utterly barren.
He had vanished.
Vanished.
Didst thou see him dragged into the stall with thine own eyes?
Could it be but a jester's trick, hiding himself to strike fear in thy heart? Nay, 'tis impossible. When I dashed into the chamber, half his form was yet without the stall, and then, in a fleeting instant, he was pulled within.
There are but 3 stalls in that entire chamber,
And all their doors stood ajar.
there was no shadow in which he might conceal himself.
Yet, methinks, something is amiss. Shall we ascend and investigate?
Mayhap it is but a simple misunderstanding.
Renqiang, cease this foolishness.
This jest hath gone far enough. How fares it? Is there naught within? 'Tis truly a phantom.
The wraith have claimed Wang Xiang.
We shall surely be the next to fall.
I beseech thee, let us make haste and depart. Let us flee.
There is a wickedness in this place.
We must seek him out, lest true misfortune hath befallen Wang Yang. Should we flee now, we shall have no answer to give when questioned of his fate.
I stand resolute. What say the rest of you?
Behold, look upon this. 'Tis Wang Shan. Failure, it is he. How cometh his likeness to be in this place? He was never spirited away by any phantom. He himself is the spectral fiend, then the one who walked amongst us.
'Tis all your doing.
Did I not counsel flight? Why did he tarry? For what cause?
Shall we summon the town watch?
Summon the watch and tell the guardsmen we are besieged by phantoms?
The vanishing of Wan Chao is no burden of ours.
Let us search the upper chambers. Perchance he lingers in a loft above. Aye. Let us cease conjuring terrors in our own minds.
There are no such foul spirits in this mortal realm.
Assuredly, there is some earthly detail we have overlooked.
I shall take the vanguard. Even should a wraith appear, it shall meet my gaze first. Behold, I say, there is some trickery upon this lock.
For what cause dost thou seek my ruin?
Was they who wrought my doom. Wherefore? Was not my hand that struck thee down. How should I know? Damnation.
Y'all are doomed to perish.
Ho, ho, what ails thee? What in truth hath transpired?
I called unto thee but a moment ago, yet thou didst yield no response.
Ha ha, sahata, 第一大自关我的。
'Tis not. Mine eyes did but suddenly grow dark, and I knew no more.
Mayhap the foul air in this place is to blame.
In truth?
Aye, it seemeth Wang Sheng is not here.
Let us descend for now.
Very well, let us descend.
There is naught of worth to be found here. The script of the rainy night's terror was they who wrought my ruin.
By this, it seemeth he was foully murdered.
And 'tis most probable the slayer walks among us this night.
Amongst this very company, of them all, only those twain are acquainted. Could it be those twain?
What is amiss?
Wherefore do we halt? How cometh there yet another door?
Could it be we have taken a false turn?
The door hath ever stood here. We did but fail to perceive it.
Nay, impossible. We did search most thoroughly upon our approach.
There could not have been a door. Furthermore, the stairs to descend have vanished.
We mayhap have returned unto the 5th level. Beats thou not claim it impossible.
'Tis impossible. The fault lies wholly with ye, insisting upon ascending to seek out some soul. Now behold our plight. We are all doomed to perish in this place. Cease thy weeping. There are no such things as accursed phantoms. Curses, to be devoid of signal at such a forsaken hour. Hast thou made any discovery?
Dost thou believe that phantoms walk this earth?
In these dire circumstances,
What thinkest thou?
in truth, but moments ago before the iron gates, I did indeed behold a certain presence. A phantom of a woman. A female specter whose demise was most gruesome and tragic. A female specter? Meanest thou? It is not Wang Zhang who hath barred our departure, but rather the specter thine eyes beheld. 'Tis a grave possibility.
叫出灵魂之外，
Must truly be tethered to her tragic death, perchance. Only by compelling them to speak the absolute truth may we be granted leave of this place.
Else, none amongst us shall survive this very night.
The truth. How dost thou intend to proceed?
Skeep, what in truth didst thou witness upon the 5th floor?
Is all of this thy treacherous doing? What now? Doth thy conscience quail?
Thinkest thou this shall suffice to bind me here?
My husband, I must. Fear not. Even should my limbs be shattered, I shall depart this place. I shall leap first, and thou shalt follow. I shall await below to catch thee. Husband! Unhand me. Let me embrace death. The fault is mine. 'Tis I who hath doomed Chuanlen. Thou hast doomed him? What meaning lies within these words?
'Tis all my fault. 'Tis all my fault. Were it not but for me, this nightmare should never have come to pass.
Thy husband may not yet have crossed the veil of death. Now, thou must confess the entirety of the tale. Only then might there be hope of escape,
And only then might a chance arise for his salvation.
6 days passed. Upon that afternoon, I had but newly received my permit to drive. I clamored to practice the art of driving. Shouchen spake that the road hither was broad, and traffic sparse. Behold, the path ahead is clear of vehicles.
Set thy mind at ease and drive, he said.
Yet, even as we passed by this asylum for the afflicted of mind, the heavens suddenly darkened, and presently a heavy rain began to fall. He spake of turning back, yet I refused.
I declared it a fitting providence to practice traversing in the rain.
Of a sudden, a figure darted forth from the hospital grounds, bounding straight upon the thoroughfare. I had purpose to press the brake. Alas, seized by fright, my foot pressed heavy upon the accelerator. Chunban alighted from the carriage to behold the deed. The one thus struck was a young woman, covered entirely in a crimson tide. Her arms lay twisted behind her, devoid of all motion. Our carriage was safeguarded by naught but the most meager decree of assurance, and our household's coffers were sorely depleted. Gritting his teeth in resolve, Chalan procured a sheet of plastic from the vehicle, and therein shrouded the corpse.
Initially, I granted no consent to this.
Yet in truth, our household possessed not the silver required. We bore the carcass unto the sealed quarter upon the 5th floor.
There concealed it.
These past days, a great terror hath seized us, a dread lest our transgression be brought to light. Wherefore, each night we would guide the carriage about the vicinity to keep watch. This eve, we espied a light within the tower,
And fearful that our hidden burden had been unveiled,
we ventured within to seek the truth of it.
so,
Such is the truth of the matter.
where lies the key to the iron gate?
The key is in my keeping.
A fright one the rainy eve, to aid the spectral maiden in uncovering the truth, all to suffice for our survival until the 6th hour, granting passage through this trial, ought it not? Nay, it cannot be.
Shouchen spake that the woman fled from the hospital grounds.
Yet, how could a mere woman journey unto so desolate a place, unaccompanied?
And how could she fail to heed the approaching carriages ere she dashed upon the thoroughfare? Unless... Have a care.
Wang Qiu,
I granted ye a chance.
yet thou didst stubbornly linger in this domain, refusing to depart.
Since thou dost hold this place in such high affection,
Then thou shalt remain here for all eternity.
A chance. Thus speaking, thou art no phantom at all.
the tale of the apprentice healer was but a falsehood of the known weaving.
Forged with the sole intent of frightening us away.
Wherefore wouldst thou do this? What sayest thou?
The demise of that woman is bound to thee as well.
Thus, I sudden vanishing within the washroom is plainly explained.
To think that the twain of you were in league all along.
To realize it, but now, 'tis far too late.
Very well. I shall see whither thou canst flee this day.
Curses! Make haste and aid me. This door cannot be barred from within.
Wretched whelp, pray do not lay my hands upon thee.
Else I shall surely flay the very skin from thy flesh.
Hide thyself well. Let me divine where thou mightst be lurking.
Subject, Shouchen. Dread level, 83. Title, Scribe. Skill, Hexing. Relic, Vial of Adrenaline. Dread level, 83. Third relic, Vial of Adrenaline. How doth one wield such a contraption? I have found thee. In truth, there is an inquiry I have long harbored. That woman who met her end must have shared a close bond with thee, did she not?
Mayhap even dear companions.
Else it defies reason for a maiden to journey hither alone. If she had been taken by force, the twain of you would scarce have been so careless
As to suffer her to escape. It seems my deductions were true.
Thou didst exploit the faith she placed in thee, unbeguiled her into coming hither.
Yet she perceived the foulness of thy scheme.
And thus did she flee.
And thus was she struck down by Shouchen's carriage.
Yet this I comprehend not.
If you were truly fast friends, wherefore didst she seek his ruin? Wherefore?
Thou art of keen mind. Dost thou not know? He hath lain with many a man.
By what right doth he deny me his favors?
Wherefore doth he ever look upon me with such disdain, having lain with so many? What else? What else didst thou surmise?
How else doth he ascend so high within the merchant house?
How doth he dwell in a grand manor,
And ride in a fine carriage? If not by such wicked wiles, then by what means? Then all of this is but thine own conjecture.
conjecture matters not.
Since I could not possess him, I vowed to destroy him. Now he hath perished. And should you too meet your end in this place,
No shall ever learn the truth of these deeds.
Ah! Ah!
Who goes there?
I beseech thee, save my husband.
Wretched wench! Ah.
Since thou art capable of striking, wherefore didst thou delay thy vengeance so long?
Was I doing all along?
Wilt thou make thy move now?
Thou hast already learned of it.
At first, 'twas but a surmise.
Yet now, 'tis a certainty. The vengeful spirit of the rainy night. A revelation.
A tempest may wash away all earthly traces,
Yet it cannot purge a hatred learned time and time again.
王tyu言努力 are of one accord, when Shouchen and Shouchen are of another. 力强海实在的反权暗头一层色。
That is the they of whom he spoke.
He most likely meant this very night, and all who are present, save for mine own self.
In truth, 'twas but a fleeting madness upon my part. Moreover, that woman was struck down by a carriage.
Her blood cannot be laid upon my hands.
Thus, thou hast no cause to strike me down.
Nor have I blade now.
Whilst there is yet time,
I have no wish to slay thee. Yet I am left without recourse.
I am a man with kin to keep.
Mine own child is but newly born. Wherefore, I cannot suffer the go.
Only with thy demise.
Shall my part in this dark deed remain hidden from all? Rest easy, for I shall inform the magistrate.
that thou fell in valiant struggle against the murderer's blade.
Thy child? Thy kin?
When thou didst commit murder, did thy thoughts ever turn unto the children of others? The families of others?
I care not for such burdens.
Once thou art slain, this ordeal shall be at an end. Didst thou not inquire of me but a moment ago, whether Wen Chang and Yulai were bested by mine own hand?
I give thee my answer now. Nay, they were not.
If my surmise doth hold true,
The spectral maiden possesses no power to meddle in the mortal realm, save through the dark powers bound within this tome.
what foul craft hast thou wrought? Thou shalt bear witness anon. I shall slay thee.
Blame me not.
If thou must lay blame, curse thine own folly for treading upon these cursed grounds,
And more so, for entangling thyself in these dark affairs.
Speak not these words unto me.
Whatsoever thou hast to say, speak it unto him.
What meanest thou? Him. Who is he?
who dost thou think?
Cease thy cursed trickery. Mayhap thou shouldst cast thy eyes upon him first.
Ah! Unhand me. Release me, I pray thee.
Ah, the Clement Mathmat?
Ah, however it be, I have exacted vengeance upon thy behalf. Thou canst not repay my kindness with such malice.
Dost thou desire this?
Save me, I beseech thee.
Verily, this is a wondrous artifact. Alas,
Yield it unto me, and perish.
Thine unjust suffering is now known unto others. They shall all pay a grievous toll. The script of the Rainy Night's terror is thus fulfilled.
recorded character. Suya. Rank. Intermediate vengeful wraith.
Degree of terror, 3 stars. Summons shall cost 30 points of dread per minute.
First endowment. Phantasms. It may confound the senses.
Casting most vivid and deceitful visions upon the mind. Second endowment, interference of the mind, by swaying the mind's eye.
It compelleth the foe to commit acts
Contrary to their own volition. Bounty for the quest. A single draw of fate. Blood. A random trial hath been invoked. Peril level, incense candle. The quest. Summon forth the most formidable fiend within 100 leagues. The degree. Survive. Can this be true? First, bounty of fulfillment. Fiend shall be bound to accomplish one deed for thee, provided it exceedeth not the bounds of its dark power. Second, an additional draw of fate. Ah! Thy courage remains as pitiful as ever. Wherefore art thou the one to answer this summons? The most formidable fiend within 100 leagues? Who else could it be? Save I. Dost thou seek to slay me? Though being roused to such an hour doth greatly vex me. Yet, seeing as thy first script was executed with tolerable grace, I shall pardon thee this once. Come, let us waste no more time.
Speak what thou wouldst have me do.
So long as it lieth within my power, any deed shall be granted. I desire thine aid.
If thou seek in the mine aid to save Thule,
Then I bid thee forgive me. Such a matter leafeth far beyond my dominion.
then couldst thou impart unto me.
Impart unto thee what? How I might deliver. Lile, mark my words well. The reason I bid thee fulfill 3 tasks is for that. With thy current meager prowess,
Thou couldst not survive a single minute in that realm.
much less deliver. Another,
This script of tonight.
didst thou deem it a simple trial? Believing in thine heart. Is this but all? I shall declare unto thee plainly, this is but the first rudimentary script of adaptation. From the second script hence, the peril shall multiply tenfold. Even shouldst thou complete all 3 scripts.
thou shalt possess not, but
The mere right to step foot into that realm.
I did but ask.
a path must be trodden step by step.
Wherefore dost thou not cherish the present? Then may I preserve this boon, and seek thee out when the hour is ripe. It seemeth thou art displeased with these environs. Then seek me out upon the day thy need doth arise. Bear this in mind. The tribulation of the second script is far beyond what the first could e'er compare. Thou hast one day to prepare. I pray our next meeting be not at thy funeral. One day remaineth there the second script, and a chance to draw a boon. I employ it now, or tarry a while longer, lest it trigger anew a quest of isolation. Fortune may not smile so favorably upon me this time. The foul murders at the base ancillum of the mind are resolved. The 5 suspected malefactors have been captured and brought to justice. 'Tis worthy of note that the 5 seemingly fell into bloody discord whilst in flight, and suffered wounds of varying grievousness.
教成脸那人能胜，少不破谱。皇将是有这支他比伊和德罗瓦雷朋。
Luli hath lost his wits. Li Chunhai's 2 arms were severed.
相权是副词了的老死尸笔。
A most wicked murder hath occurred at the asylum of the mind. Thou didst not slay them. Yet to live thus is a despair far greater than death. Shu Ye, hast thou beheld this? Whither hath young Chen gone? The final count commences anon.
He cometh, he cometh.
And thou hast brought gifts once more. How often have I said, thou needst but come with empty hands? 'Tis but a trifle. Thou hast arrived in good time. Wash thy hands and let us feast. This day marks thy birth. Partake heavily of the bounty. Uncle, aunt, my thanks. Nay, speak not of thanks unto us. Through all these years, I have long beheld thee as my own flesh and blood. Aye, that aunt speaks true. In what year hast thou not passed thy name day within these walls? Hold this place as thine own home. No words of thanks are needed. Eat thy fill, for these are the very dishes thou and young Lei hold dear.
Wherefore speak of such things now?
Young Lei shall be well.
I have sent emissaries to summon learned healers from the capital. In but 2 days' time, they shall arrive to hold counsel over his Hi, let us partake of the meal first. Did the viands grow cold? Their savor shall be lost. Li Zai. Li Zai. Hold fast. I shall come to thy deliverance anon. Boon drawn, the art of sealing. Designate any quarry of thy choosing for the duration of 1 hour. The quarry shall be bereft of all power to bring thee harm. Period of respite, 12 hours. The art of sealing grants 1 hour of invincibility. A most practical art indeed. Scenario. A multitude of souls. The Phantom Trial. Grade, Underworld Coin. Location.
Villa number 14. Sinju Estate of the western outskirts.
Conditions of triumph must be met ere midday tomorrow.
Survive for 5 days, to be granted 1 boon draw. Penalty for failure. Thy life shall be claimed by the wraiths.
Difficulty. Underworld coin. Scenario. A multitude of souls.
Cease thy loitering at the threshold. Look upon the hour. We tarry for thee alone. By the gods, we are but midnight fodder.
The first taboo of Villa number 14. Thou shalt not depart thy chamber past the midnight hour.
The second, players are forbidden from bringing harm upon one another.
The third, thou must abide by every decree within this villa,
Lest she invite the most dire of consequences. There is yet time ere the midnight hour strikes. Let us seat ourselves and hold counsel.
to deliberate upon how we shall face this scenario.
Deliberate. Thanks to this week, the decrees state one cannot leave their chamber past midnight.
Thus the peril
Shall assuredly manifest, only when that hour comes.
What point is there in holding counsel now?
Thou art too clever by half.
Thou shalt perish without knowing how.
Hast thou lost thy sight?
Thou saw me approach, yet knew not to yield the path.
Forgive me.
Gaze upon thy cowardly visage.
Begone!
Was clearly he who struck thee. Why dost thou ask forgiveness? The decree states none shall bring harm to another.
He dares not lift a finger against thee.
Let it be, let it be. Was I who heeded not the path?
Mayhap his temper is foul.
Peace, peace.
Set aside what hath just transpired.
Draw near and be seated, all of ye. Let us commence. 9 souls for 5 days. I shall stand as number 1. Let each, starting from this side, call forth their count.
For these coming days, let us address one another by our numbers. 1,
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
then he shall be known as number 9. In the 5 days hence, we must all dwell together within this manor.
Thus, I pray we remain united in fellowship.
'Tis only through unity that our chances of survival might grow.
Since none voice objection,
I shall first declare my reckoning.
this present trial is named the Game of Wraiths. The first matter upon entering was the looking glass proclaiming the taboos. Thence do I deduce. This trial is one bound strictly by rules. So long as we transgress not against these laws, we shall not incur the foul spirit's murderous wrath. Any who hath thoughts may speak them freely. There is no need to raise thy hand. This is but my second trial. Thus I am lacking in wisdom. I humbly inquire, if we but avoid transgressing those 3 taboos, shall we safely endure this trial? Though but 3 taboos have been proclaimed thus far, the final taboo doth declare, abide by every rule in this manner. Therefore, methinks within this manner there may dwell yet other hidden laws. As to whether these rules shall be revealed unto us of their own accord, or if we must seek them out ourselves, of this I know not. I am in agreement with number 1's counsel. Furthermore, since it is proclaimed a game, then verily, there must be rules to govern it. By my reckoning and past experience, when one partakes in such diversions, the laws thereof are typically declared beforehand. Thus, I surmise that this is but a brief respite granted by the script. Before the true tale commences, the script shall undoubtedly make the game's rules known unto us. If any possess thoughts on this matter, let them speak freely. Very well. Our knowledge is presently far too scarce. Let us resume this council upon the morrow. Greetings, might I have a word with thee? Thou mayest not. We are not of such familiar acquaintance. Moreover, he who draweth too close to others on the first day is oft the swiftest to meet his end. The scripts ordained by the Black Tome are divided into 4 tiers of peril, from lowest to highest. They be yellow paper, just coin, silver ingo, and incense. The script bestowed upon us this time, the game of the uned, belongs unto the 2nd tier. Alas, that is the sum of my knowledge. Make haste and take thy rest. This night may prove most arduous. What folly is this? Art thou cursing us to our doom? The game of the uned. Number of players, 9 souls. Factions, the villager faction and the uned faction. Conditions for victory. Should all villagers perish, the uned shall triumph. Should all undead be vanquished, the villagers shall emerge victorious. 2 uned dwell among you. After the midnight hour, they may step beyond their chambers and choose 1 player to be offered as a sacrifice. The uned must act each and every night. Should the said player be warded by the exorcist, the divination shall fail. 1 diviner may invoke the art of divination each night to ascertain the identity of 1 player and reveal if they be of the uned. 1 exorcist. Each night, ere the midnight hour, they may cast a ward upon 1 player, should the uned choose to offer the said player as sacrifice. Yet this warding right may not be bestowed upon the same player for 2 nights in succession. 1 necromancer. Each night, they may perform the rite of soul summoning to call forth the spirit of the player, banished by vote on the prior morrow, and inquire whether their true nature was of the uned. 4 mortals of no craft. Ere the 9th hour of each eve, they must cast a vote to banish 1 player. Should all players forsake their right to vote, 2 players shall be banished by the whims of fate. Player Mo Shouchen. Pray, confirm thine identity. Thine identity is...
To saddle me with such a wretched part.
What madness drives thee to pound the door at this dark hour? Begone! Forgive me. I dwell in the chamber adjacent to thy. The door to my bathing quarters will not yield, and my garments remain trapped within.
Wouldst thou grant me thine aid?
The laws decree none shall step beyond their chambers past the midnight hour. Yet the bell has tolled but 11. That is ample time, my sweet maiden. Thou hast delivered thyself unto my hands. Fear not, fair lady. Come, cleanse thyself within my quarters. I shall bestow upon thee my most tender affections. Good sir, it appears the timepiece within thy chamber runs laggardly. The manor's first commandment. Thou shalt not venture beyond thine own chamber past the midnight hour.
The door to the ninth chamber yields not.
Nor doth he answer when one knocks upon it. It seemeth the wraith did claim him this past eve.
The rules of this wraith's game bear a striking resemblance to the game of the wolf.
Here we cast our votes.
I counsel that each among us skeet forth their deductions and thoughts in turn. Let none interrupt whilst another holds the floor. We shall convene for discourse only when all have spoken.
Number 9 perished yestereve.
Number 7, and I had crossed words with him. This was witnessed by all present. Thus, speaking of motive, the heaviest cloud of suspicion rests upon number 7 and myself.
Yet, I must declare,
I am not the wraith. I pray the seer shall divine my truth this night,
and thereby prove mine innocence.
I am not the wraith. I have spoken. Nor am I the wraith.
However,
I believe that whilst numbers 1 and 7 quarreled with number 9, the wraith need not be either of them.
To slay number 9 was most likely a scheme to lay false blame.
Number 4, the floor is thine. I now weave faith.
Yet I uncovered a clue regarding the wraith yestereve.
Sleep evaded me entirely last night. As the midnight hour drew nigh,
I heard the chiming of a bell from the adjacent chamber. The chime sounded but once, ere it was silenced.
Our cellular devices possess no signal whatsoever in this domain.
Thus, that chime must surely have been a set alarm.
That alarm was mine. Number 5, I pray thee, disturb not the speaker.
Hold thy tongue until thy turn doth come.
I believe only the wraith would set an alarm for such an hour, for fear of missing the appointed time of slaughter. Thou speakest falsehoods. That alarm of mine
Was solely to remind myself to slumber at the midnight hour.
that I did set such an alarm. I am in no wise the wraith.
Hast thou aught else to say?
Number 5, if thou hast words to speak, thou mayest speak them now,
Yet I bid thee, keep thy temper,
and bridle thine emotions. Methinks 'tis he who is the wraith. He merely seeks to turn the gaze of all gathered here, and divert it unto me. For every villager that perisheth, the greater the advantage to the wraith.
is but a conjecture from number 4.
It does not decree that thou art undeniably the wraith. There are many yet to speak their piece.
Let us first hearken unto the words of the others.
Number 6, thy turn to speak hath come. I too heard the ringing of the phone yesternight. Yet the defense offered by number 5 is not utterly void of reason. Moreover, these be but external matters. Let none dwell upon them overly much.
As for mine known identity,
I am not but a simple villager. Thus, I hold no clues to offer.
truly a wily fox.
He feigneth to speak in defense of number 5. Yet in truth, he casteth number 5 into the very teeth of the storm. I am not the wraith.
Bethinks number 1.
By confessing so openly that he doth bear suspicion, were here the wraith, he should scarce possess such courage. And as for number 7, were he indeed the wraith, he would surely have spoken in his own defense.
Hence, I deem him innocent as well.
As for number 5, what meanest thou by this? Art thou so determined to condemn me as the wraith? I pray thee, calm thyself. Now hath every soul spoken their piece. Hath anyone aught else to declare? I have words to share. I am the diviner.
Yesternight, I did scry upon number 1.
He is but a humble villager.
I bid ye all, cast your judgments against number 4 anon.
He is assuredly Wan Ling.
A mindful. I shall turn my sight upon number 8.
The exorcist must needs grant me their warding this night. Have faith in me, I beg of you. I am truly the diviner. Condemn number 4. 'Tis he who is Wan Ling.
Doth any other have aught to speak?
I am not Mong Ling.
Verily, I am not Ho Wei.
Seeing as the assembly hath no further words,
Let us now commence the casting of judgments.
I shall count unto 3, and then, as one, ye shall point forth.
Unto the one ye deem to be Wang Ling.
1. I am not Wang Ling. I swear upon my life, I am not Wang Ling.
Believe me, I implore ye.
2, 3.
Tis thou, thou wretched harlot.
I shall slay thee, slay thee!
Will someone aid me in bearing him to the washroom? Can my fortunes truly be so cursed?
Thou hast found me. Thou hast found me. It hath departed.
Nay, that mask but a moment ago was most clearly seeking me out. He could never have departed so simply.
Is the exorcist?
The exorcist hath wadded me this night.
Congratulations upon acquiring the artifact. Card of Mimicry.
Virtue, an artifact of single use.
It doth possess the power to replicate a single skill from a figure of this tale
Onto this fairy card.
Once the power is invoked, the card shall vanish into naught.
A singular skill. The figures of the tale I currently possess. Only Su you possess it, the illusion to beguile the 5 senses. The other is the confounding of the mind, which compelleth the adversary to perform deeds contrary to their own volition. I shall keep it for the nonce. This night ought to be secure.
Player mod Shouchen. Pray, confirm thine identity.
Thine identity is the spirit caller. Number 5.
I
I am not Wang Ling.
Number 5 is not Wang Ling. Yes, Streve. Those who cast their lot for him were number 1.
Number 4, number 6, and number 8. 'Tis most probable Wan Ning would not choose to abstain.
Who sought to slay me, Asteried?
all do, yet draw breath.
It appeareth the exorcist made a righteous choice yestereve. Furthermore, the spirit caller must surely know the true nature of number 5 by now.
Thou mayst choose to step forth and proclaim it unto all.
Or keep it locked within thy heart. The right is entirely thine.
Very well.
Yestereve, the discourse did commence with me. Therefore, let us begin this day with number 8.
Methinkseth, if the exorcists did not ward themselves yestereve,
Then, they ought to step forth now.
speak, and reveal whom thou hast warded. For that soul is most assuredly not Wang Ling.
Moreover, thou mayst ward that thyself this very night. Thou needst not fear being slain by Wang Ling.
What ails thee? Speak thy mind. Whatever thou hast to say, utter it.
Cease thy dallying.
Alas, thou dost stammer and falter like a frail maiden.
Pray,
Do continue thy tale.
Thou dost vex us unto death.
1,000 pardons. I beg thy forgiveness.
Whenever fear overtakes me, my tongue doth fail me thus. On the first night, I did divine the nature of number 3.
He is not Wang Ling.
On the second night, my vision fell upon
Since thou dost claim to be the diviner,
Then reveal unto us whom thou didst scry upon the past 2 eves.
else how shall any among us place our faith in thee?
Upon the second night, I did scry number 1.
And his true nature is
He is Wang Ling.
most intriguing. I yield.
Let us hear what number 1 hath to say.
He utters lies.
He is no diviner at all.
For I am the true diviner.
On the first night, I scried number 4, seeing as his true nature was not Wang Ling. I therefore dared to stand with him and cast my vote against number 5.
Yestereve, I cast my sight upon number 6.
He too is not Wang Ling.
Let all join me in condemning number 7 this round.
Behold his faltering speech and guilty countenance. Could such a one truly be the diviner? I speak no falsehoods.
I truly did divine that number 1 is Wang Ling.
Hearken, my brethren. The truth is now laid bare, is it not? 2 souls now claim the mantle of the diviner. Among them, one must assuredly be Wang Ling. However, for this present round, I deem it wise that we spare them both. Let us wait and see who shall perish this very night. He who falls to the grave shall be the true diviner. We need but banish the survivor on the morrow. Even, you see you passed. You know what is going. The morrow shall bring more tidings, making the truth far easier to discern. Thou speakest reason.
Yet, should both be suffered to remain.
Upon whom shall we cast our judgment this day? Number 7 was the first to proclaim himself the seer. I, for my part, am more inclined to place my faith in him. He's declared that number 1 is a wraith. Thus, I deem it wise that from the twain number 1 hath supposedly divined.
We must choose one. 'Tis highly probable he gave his fellow wraith
just cause to follow his decree in voting. For instance, his dark companion might be the very villager he claims to have divined. As for number 4, he hath spoken in defense of number 1 since the very first morn. Were he a wraith, Eli, it would be far too blatant. Number 6 hath ever played the peacemaker, taking care to offend none. Such men are the most treacherous of all. Therefore, I cast my choice upon number 6.
insolent whelp. What madness speakest thou?
I shall wring thy very head from thy shoulders. Believest thou not?
Thou, alas.
Number 2, I pray thee, lead not our brethren astray. I have divined number 6. He is no wraith. Hence, our judgment must fall upon number 7. Furthermore, this very night, I shall scry thy true nature. I too cast my judgment upon number 7. Upon yesterday's morn, I did swear I am but a humble villager. Yet number 2 still turneth his blade toward me.
I deem him surely in league with number 7.
They are both of the wraiths. On the morrow, we shall cast out number 2, and the villagers shall emerge triumphant. Exorcist, heed me well. Thou must ward me this night. It seemeth someone harbors ill will against me. Thou wretched little cur! I have had enough.
Cease your quarreling, both of you.
I trust all present have now resolved their hearts. As is our custom, I shall count to 3, and we shall pass our judgment as one. One, 2, 3.
Thou base-born cur!
Even in death, thou little mongrel, I shall drag thee with me to the grave.
Yield thy life, bastard!
Arr!
Someone come hither!
Assist me in bearing him to the washroom. A remnant from the previous script. I foresaw not that it would prove useful again.
Ah.
2000. 2002.
Thou hast guessed falsely. Ah. 'Tis a blessing Wanling did not strike at me again this eve. Number 6. Art thou Wanling? I am not Wanling. I am not Wanling. I shall slay number 2. I shall slay number 2. Number 6 is not Wanling. Coupled with number 9 and number 5, another shall perish this eve. Should we cast our votes falsely again on the morrow? There shall remain but 2 of Wanling and 2 of the villager faction. The peril of death is far too great. I shall speak first this day.
Yesternight, I did inspect number 2.
He is not Wanling.
If the necromancer yet draws breath,
I pray thou wouldst step forth and proclaim to all the true identity of number 6, that my known innocence might thus be proven.
now but 5 souls remain among us. The tide hath turned most perilous for the villager faction.
I beseech all members of the villager faction here, gathered
To place your faith in me. I dare not accept this mantle of the innocent thou bestowest upon me.
Thou and number 7 have both laid claim to the title of diviner. Yet Wanling doth spare thy lives, and chose instead to strike down number 8. Is passing strange, methinks.
I fain would hear what number 7 hath to say.
Should neither of ye offer a sound accounting, I deem it fitting that both be cast out.
I concur. Let us first hearken unto number 7.
In truth, I know not whom to trust any more. Pray, grant me but a moment to ponder. Last eve, my divinations were likewise cast upon number 2.
He is, in truth, no Wanling.
In this reckoning, I shall cast my lot against number 1.
Mark ye well the words of number 7. In what manner doth he resemble a diviner?
To die alone, who hold the true title of diviner.
As for why the Wanings spared my life,
The reason is plain to see. They seek only to besmirch my name. Thee might be deceived into casting me out.
and what of the exorcist and the conjurer? At such a perilous hour.
If ye yet live, step forth without delay. Hide in the shadows.
No longer. Do you recall?
Yesterday, number 7 cast his lot against number 6.
Had he truly divined me to be a Wanling?
Wherefore did he not cast his judgment upon me? This doth prove he is no diviner at all. Number 2 and number 4. Forget not, 'twas my sight that proved ye to Pooh's souls. In this reckoning, stand with me and condemn number 7. And on the morrow, we shall cast out number 3. Thus shall victory be ours. Number 1 speaketh of condemning 7, then 3, to secure our triumph.
Yet a diviner's sight reveals only if one is a Wanling, and cannot possibly unveil
The true natures of those already banished.
How then doth he decree that 2 Wanlings yet remain among us?
Unless he himself be a Wanling.
He speaketh from the vantage of the Wanling.
I have spoken my piece.
Since thou hast spoken, I shall count unto 3, that we may cast our votes together. 1. 1.
2. Cruel.
Wherefore hast thou... Number 7 is the diviner.
Both number 2 and I be proven pure by his sight.
Number 4, the in the final Wang Ling,
Making his final move this night against the diviner who hath wrought their ruin,
is most like to strike.
be that as it may, provided he raiseth not his hand against me.
This trial shall be deemed conquered.
I scarce could have imagined that I, the true diviner, should survive unto the very end. I truly owe my thanks unto number 7, who stepped forth to take the blade in my stead.
The Wanling shall surely seek to slay him this night. Shall they not?
For to he who hath brought about their downfall,
Alas, his name remaineth unknown to me.
else upon my return, I should burn a bounty of joss paper in his honor. Alas, how can this be?
Wherefore hast thou chosen me?
Tis number 7, whose blood you seek.
Cast not thy gaze upon me so, though I be a Wang Ling.
Yet not I who shall be cast out this day, but thou.
Number 4 is the final Wang Ling. Cast him out, and this game shall reach its end.
What sayest thou?
Cease thy struggling. Number 7 and I have long forged a pact. Thy words shall avail thee not. I know not what bond bindeth you.
Nor what pact ye have sworn.
Yet, forget not that he is a Wang Ling. A longing is bound to strike by night.
Shouldst thou seek to banish me,
Thou too shalt meet thy doom this very night. Thou art too clever by half. Didst thou truly believe him to be the diviner? I shall speak the truth unto thee. His true mantle is that of the exorcist. On thy death, he shall ward himself this very night. When the 5th day doth come to pass, we twain shall both be spared. So that is the truth of it.
dost thou not find it passing strange?
Strange in what manner? I proclaimed him no diviner.
Art thou not curious where the true diviner doth hide?
It matters not. As matters stand, whether he be the diviner is of no consequence. Let us squander our time no further. Let the cast be made. I shall count the toll this time. 3, 2, 1, 3. To a blessing I possess the talisman of replication. If I but mirror Suye's power to cloud the mind, I may command the 7th to cast his doom upon the 4th. 2. Count no further. I cast my lot against thee. Thou didst vow I should survive until the end. Verily, I spoke such a vow. Yet I pray thy forgiveness. I spoke falsely unto thee, thou deceiver. How fares it? Dost thou feel the breath of life snatched from the jaws of ruin? If thou wilt, it's somewhat amusing. Wert thou not fearful I would cast my lot against thee? Had I but raised my hand a moment past, thy life would be forfeit.
Is it so? Why then didst thou not make the attempt?
In truth, by the 3rd dawn, I had already discerned the nature of the 1st and the 4th, the Wanling's true form. Thou art versed in petty tricks. Yet the 1st is far too mighty. He was born to hold dominion over all. His words are utterly impenetrable. Should I confront him openly, I would stand no chance of triumph. Thus, thou didst fix thy gaze upon the 4th. Was upon the 3rd dawn that I sought him out. But 3 phrases did I speak. I know thou art Wang Ling. Yet I harbor no intent to expose thee. So long as thou doest as I bid, I shall see thee endure until the final hour.
From that very instant, the fourth ceased to be a vassal of Wang Ling's faction.
He became but a pawn upon my board.
Since thou knewest him to be Wang Ling,
Wherefore didst thou not proclaim it sooner?
proclaim it sooner? For what cause? That 2 fewer souls might perish? How doth that concern me? Art thou in my stead, which thou hast spoken?
Mayhap not.
Thus, upon the 3rd dawn, I proclaim myself the diviner. Wherefore didst thou dare such a ruse? For I knew well who the true diviner truly was. The 2nd, that young lad, he concealed himself most cunningly,
Yet his lips did betray a subtle sneer when the first held the floor.
Therefore, I surmised that he had already divined the first to be Wang Ling.
He would not dare step forth to gainsay me.
For in his sight, I was serving as a shield against the blade meant for him.
And to him, such a sacrifice was a great boon.
In this manner, I did drive the first into a corner. Should he fail to claim the title of diviner, he would be cast out at once. And should he falsely claim to be the diviner,
I yet held the fourth as my hidden stratagem.
fear thou not that thou wouldst be banished upon that 3rd day, even casting aside the 2nd, and the 4th, whom thou hadst bound to thy will. Thou held but 3 votes. Beside the 1st stood the 6th, the 8th, and mine own self. What if we had all aligned with the first to cast thee out?
Thou wouldst have been cast out.
Was a peril indeed. Yet the likelihood was exceedingly slim, as the outcome doth prove. My wager was just, was it not? Wherefore then didst thou cast thy vote against the 4th?
The affairs at hand,
Were they not unfolding in perfect accordance with thy design?
Thou art far too composed.
My gaze hath been fixed upon thee all the while. An ordinary mortal, when driven to the wall with the very sands of their life draining away, would never bear such a countenance. If my judgment errs not, whatever came to pass, thou wouldst not have perished. Is it not so?
therefore, thou art more fitting to survive than the 4th.
More fitting.
Indeed,
I require thine alliance to accomplish a certain deed,
a deed that shall prove a boon unto us both.
an alliance profitable to us both. I know thy heart doth harbor misgivings. To make manifest my earnest intent, I have already laid bare the entirety of my former designs unto thee just now. Furthermore, forget thou not,
Had it not been for my hand,
upon the 2nd night, thou wouldst have already been slain. By Wang Ling, I speak not of this to demand thy gratitude, but merely to make known unto thee. Shouldst thou align with me this time? When next thou dost encounter a kindred peril, mayhap thou shalt no longer need to rely upon the grace of others. For thou shalt not always be so blessed by fortune
to chance upon one willing to extend their aid unto thee.
It is evident to mine eyes
Thou hast survived but 2 or 3 of these trials. Thus, there is a truth thou mayest not fully comprehend.
within every such trial, there lieth hidden certain secret quests. Should these quests remain unfulfilled, they shall bear no consequence upon thy primary endeavor.
Yet, shouldst thou bring them to fruition,
Thou shalt be bestowed with rare boons upon the trial's end.
Armed with such blessings, within the trial that follows, thou shalt possess greater means upon which to lean,
and thy hope of survival shall be the greater for it.
Here now, I speak.
and I did make use of a modest while to divine the true natures of the 1st and the 4th. This self-same while was but a secret bounty claimed from mine own prior trial. What sayest thou? Wilt thou partake in a covenant with me?
Thou needst not bear such heavy enmity toward me.
From the very genesis, I had no design to cast my lot with the 4th against thee. Even hadst thou lacked the means to preserve thine own life but a moment ago,
I would have seen thee safe.
Oh, and for what cause? Because, to fulfill the secret quest woven into this tale, 12 conditions must needs be met together. The first doth require an exorcist, which is myself. The second doth require thee, the conjurer. An exorcist and a conjurer. What is thy design? I mean to slay the foul spirit that lurks within this manor. Be at peace. In truth, to fell such a wraith is not so fearsome a task as thy mind doth imagine. If thou dost but act according to my word, I pledge unto thee absolute sanctuary. I care not for it. Be not so hasty to refuse. What I ask of thee is but a simple thing. This night,
Thou shalt wield thy conjurer's art. The first and the fourth, those twain lost spirits, have already perished.
Thus, whatever thou dost summon this eve shall most likely be the true form of the wraith itself, and I shall employ mine exorcist's arts to be thy shield. Thou shalt come to no harm. Even should I reveal the wraith's presence, couldst thou truly slay it?
Set thy mind at ease upon that matter.
Though the wraith be a terror to behold, so long as we transgress not the rules of this trial, nor the taboos of the manor,
It's now power to bring us harm.
Moreover, when the hour strikes, 'tis I who shall face the wraith.
Should peril arise, the burden shall fall upon my shoulders alone. Each trial is a wager of our very lives. Few indeed are those who endure unto the end to claim the spoils. Dost thou truly intend to idle here until the 5th day's end, and depart with empty hands, to refuse the prize placed within thy very grasp?
Art thou content with such a fate?
If I were to refuse, wouldst thou raise thy hand against me? Participants may not strike against one another, and even if 'twere permitted, I would not lay a finger upon thee.
after all, are we not comrades in this endeavor?
Very well. I consent to our alliance.
Then may our covenant bear fruitful harvest.
To hunt the wraith, thou sayest?
Is a fair enough pretext.
Number 4. Art thou the wraith?
Indeed. I am the wraith.
Verily, it is the true form of the spirit.
Make haste.
Thou hast my deepest apologies. In truth, there never was a hidden quest. Blame me, not for my deception.
Rather curse thine own foolishness.
Knowing full well that I beguiled number 4, how durst thou still place thy trust in me?
My precious little one.
Feast unto thy heart's content.
Devour him, and elevate thy power. How could this come to pass?
Didst thou not just slay a mortal soul?
How art thou still in motion? Could it be that my surmise was flawed? My movements each night are not limited to but one. Thy surmise was indeed flawed. To profound pity.
Thou art still among the living.
How can this be?
Without my ward and protection,
How couldst thou survive the wrath of Wang Ling? Idle fantasies.
Naught is impossible in this realm.
Thou hast deceived me. When we spoke of an alliance ere now, thou didst harbor no trust in me whatsoever. Had I not drawn thee from thy lair,
How could I have struck thee down? Stand aside. Stand aside, I say.
what dost thou intend to do?
stewards are forbidden to bring harm upon one another. Dare to lay a hand upon me, and the law shall not spare thee.
I have brought no harm unto thee. Should I perish, he shall not spare thee either. Let that not trouble thy weary mind.
R.
Be gone!
Then we shall perish together.
This night, the one I placed under ward was myself.
The conjuration of the wind sand tree doth endure for but an hour.
To seek my demise shall not be so simple a task.
The one destined for the grave is thee, and it shall be him who strikes thee dead.
The wicked spectre may claim but one soul per night.
Though the path was fraught with peril,
'Tis I who emerge among the living in the end.
how could this come to pass? What dark sorcery hast thou employed? Thou still hast the leisure to ponder such matters?
Better thou shouldst ponder first how to keep thy life.
Argo.
A curse upon it.
'Tis at a while ere the dawn breaks.
I bid thee revel in thy sport.
Still drawn. The art of spirit evocation.
Exact. It doth grant the power to
Summon forth ethereal spirits, bound unto mortal relics.
Should the spirit be willing, it may be enlisted as a visiting soul.
and recorded within the tome of fateful figures.
Hey, heed. Should an evil wraith be summoned, let not fear take hold of thy heart. Puff out thy chest and rebuke it with a resounding voice.
Thus, when death claims thee, thou shalt perish with greater dignity.
The art of evocation. The very same power I yielded within the manor. Seeking someone? Young friend? Is it this humble priest thou seekest? Who art thou? And wherefore dost thou shadow my steps?
This humble priest is but a man of the mundane realm.
I perceive a profound miasma of death clinging unto thee, young friend.
I have journeyed hither solely to spare thy life.
Thou hast found the wrong man. Cease pursuing me.
Thou dost jest, young friend.
This humble priest hath lived for centuries untold.
And my eyes deceive me not.
Centuries.
By thy own words, thou art a phantom as well. 'Tis not the same. I exist solely to purge the realm of these foul apparitions.
I am not of their ilk. In what manner art thou different?
Thou canst not escape.
Surrender the tome. Else, blame not this humble priest for denying thee a chance at mercy.
The black tome must not be surrendered.
Nuless to awaiteth my return.
Yet before this old man, I cannot even move a muscle. What shall I do?
How is it? Thou art here.
I am strolling the marketplace.
The grand bazaar hath discounts this day.
Pay no heed to the discounts. Pray, save me. Nay, I must return with all haste.
Wearing cosmetics over long is detrimental to the complexion.
Is my very life of less import than thy skin?
Naturally, it is.
Hold, ancient fiend!
What didst thou call me? Ha ha! Meet thy doom!
What didst thou call me?
Lady Kai. The lady possesses a visage that would eclipse the moon and shame the flowers, and the valor of the legendary heroines Mulan and Guiying. Thou art truly a wondrous woman, the likes of which is seen but once in a millennium.
Could it be that the lady is a celestial maiden, descended to the mortal realm?
I have saved thy life yet again. Spare me thy thanks. Consider it a debt of honor thou wast me. Yet from the outset, thou hadst no intention of aiding me. What sayest thou? Oh, to nothing. My deepest gratitude. Joyous master, hast thou not lived for several centuries? How is it thou canst not even contend with a mere woman? It was merely that this humble priest wished not to quarrel with her. Had I truly struck, how could a frail woman possibly be a match for this humble priest? As the master says, follow me no more,
lest we cross paths with that frail woman once again.
Young friend, misunderstand me not.
This humble priest harbors no ulterior design. What then is thy intent? Alas, young friend, to speak an absolute truth, this old man's mortal vessel hath long perished. I relied entirely upon this jade pendant to house my soul. Yet just now, the jade was shattered. This old man's spirit now hath nowhere to abide. I wonder if I might dwell within that tome in thy bosom for a brief spell until a suitable twist of fate occurs. And then, this old man shall sever his mortal ties to be reborn into the mortal realm, an ancient monster of several centuries. Thy wisdom is certainly not lacking. Yet as for thy power, thou hast lived for centuries. Yet thy prowess doth not reflect such an age. Young friend, there is much thou dost not know.
In my previous life, this old man was a Taoist priest. Owing to my obsession with hunting spirits, inner demons gradually took root within my soul.
Upon my demise, the demons stripped this old man of most things of true value. My cultivation, my courage, even my very backbone was claimed by it, leaving this wisp of benevolence with naught but cowardice and timidity. As for power, alas, very little remains. Thou art commendably honest.
I have no choice, for I must beseech a favor of thee, young friend.
Yet fear not, young friend, though not a tenth of this poor Taoist's strength remains. My wisdom doth endure. I shall surely be of aid to thee in the times to come. Very well, but heed my words beforehand. Thou mayest take residence in Haibishu, but henceforth, thou must forsake thy fleeting desires to hunt spirits. I am surrounded by a great many phantoms, some of which even I dare not provoke. Set thy heart at ease, young friend. This old man knows his bounds.
Guest personal. Goishi, Whisper Benevolence.
Summoning toll. 1 fear point per minute. Ability, divination. Effect may foretell the fortune or peril of a given matter.
Rate of success, 30%.
The Orange Baster. A success rate of merely 30%? Might that not prove somewhat unreliable? Have faith, young friend. This poor Taoist divinations are beyond reproach. This very day is highly auspicious.
Blame me not for failing to warn thee.
That elder hath proven somewhat useful.
Devise a means to bid him stay.
He hath already tarried. Wherefore speakest thou thus?
Is it this? Perchance this shall allow thee, in the third trial, to meet thy demise with greater dignity. I thank thee then. Rest thyself well.
The peril of the next script is of the ingot tier. Ingot? A new quest hath been proclaimed, a trial for a multitude.
The Isle of Nightmares.
Peril tier, Ingot. Realm of the script. The Isle of Nightmares. Condition of triumph. This day, past the witching hour of midnight, within the span of 5 minutes,
Thou must board any vessel of corsairs,
and upon the Isle of Nightmares, survive until the 6th hour of the morn on the 3rd day.
bounty of triumph.
A single drawing of lots.
penalty of ruin. The wraiths shall claim thy life.
Council of the script. More often than not, the mortal race of men is vastly more fearsome than the most malevolent of fiends. A trial for a multitude of the Ingot tier. A courser's vessel. Woe is me, trapped upon a ship once more. Ah. Curse this wretched fate. Must it be so treacherous? The Isle of Nightmares. A grand vessel struck a reef upon its voyage and sank to the abyss. A remnant of the survivors were cast by the violent tides upon a neighboring isle. At the very first, these spared souls did rejoice in their deliverance from doom, exulting with great gladness. Yet swiftly did they come to realize that from the very moment their feet did tread upon this isle, their true nightmare had already begun. Counsel the first. When the sun doth sink below the horizon, this islay shall become a playground for fiends and specters. Counsel the second. Each day, chests of provisions shall be cast upon the isle at hours unforeseen. Counsel the third. When thou dost set foot upon this isle, thou shalt be granted a skill by fate's random decree. Counsel the fourth. When thou dost set foot upon this isle, my question? From amongst the personages of thy tale, one shall be chosen by chance. Thou mayst summon them at thine own pleasure, and it shall cost thee not a single measure of dread. The fiends shall only emerge when the sun doth sink beneath the sands. By daylight, the isle ought to remain secure.
Provisions cast at hours unforeseen.
With such a multitude of souls, these chests must needs be won by force.
Thus it stands. The daylight may not prove a sanctuary after all.
The Tale of the Nightmare Isle. Mo Shouchen. Stat score 2,585. 1,000 points shall grant thee one draw of fortune. Player Mo Shouchen. The skill bestowed upon thee is the culinary arts. Its virtue. The victuals thou dost prepare shall possess a chance to manifest supplementary enchantments. Yet, whether they be boon or bane, rest solely upon the whims of fortune. The culinary arts? Doth this mean, when I cross paths with a fiend, I ought to prepare a piping hot feast and beg it to spare my life? The personage drawn for thee is Gelwishi.
Gelwishi's benevolent virtue.
Divination. He may augur the fortune or peril of a given matter.
Chance of success, 20%.
How hath it dwindled to 20?
Was it not 30% prior?
Is there any here who possesses true skill? My skill is the thunder cleave. It hath the power to wound spirits. Step forth, ye who have drawn skills of offense. My skill is the mastery of water. May I join thy ranks?
I beg thy pardon, but we seek only those with skills of offense.
Mine is the skill of healing.
Did anyone wish to form a fellowship?
Greetings. May I pledge myself to that company?
What skill dost thou possess?
The culinary arts. We must needs tarry upon this isle for 3 days' time. Sustenance shall surely be our utmost necessity. I can endure. 'Tis but 3 days.
So long as we possess a spring of water, starvation shall not claim us.
And what of the storied companion thou hast drawn?
What powers doth he wield?
I beg thy pardon.
The art of cooking.
Verily, 'tis of rather paltry worth.
Hail to ye all.
Uncle the Benfan.
Must say that we who remain forge a temporary alliance, that we might watch over one another. Count me amongst thy number.
Behold, a chest of provisions.
Think. Come, Make haste!
Let us journey thither as well.
Stay thy steps.
Hold a moment. Tarry for what? They have all hastened thither.
If we do not depart anon, it shall be too late.
Every soul in that company possesses the skills of battle.
Even should we make haste, could we truly wrest it from their grasp?
It matters not.
How dost thou know we shall fail?
Perchance we might discover the chest ere they do?
Look, Tao, none of them hath chosen the path leading toward the chest.
Methinks, 'tis not imperative to seize the very first chest,
We may yet bide our time.
And observe what unfolds ere we make our designs.
thou escapest fair words.
But what if this be the sole chest bestowed upon us this day?
Methinks within that chest
There surely lie artifacts capable of vanquishing the foul spirits.
None amongst us possess the arts of offense.
Thus, we must seize the chest of provisions ere nightfall.
If thou desirest not to venture forth, so be it.
none shall compel thee.
The culinary arts are ill-suited for the fray.
To journey alone is fraught with perilous danger.
Master Go, I beseech thee, cast a hexagram for me.
Didst thou not just complain that this old man's divinations are untrue?
Who claim I lacked faith in thee? Cease thy petulance.
Make haste and cast the hexagram! The others fade from sight, even now.
This old man hath already read the signs.
According to the hexagrams, shouldst thou follow this company, thou shalt likely not survive the night. Very well. Upedent youth, thou makest a mockery of me. Alas, Reverend Master,
So long as the outcome proves fortuitous,
why pay heed to such trifling details? As well thou hast come to understand.
since we now stand united as a fellowship.
Let us make our introductions. Speak of the unique gifts thou dost possess, that we may better aid one another in the trials to come.
I am called Wang Gaoxiang.
My art is the gathered strike, an offensive form. Yet to unleash it, I must remain still as a stone and gather my strength for a full minute. I am named Lu Li Wai.
My gift is the spark of flame, though at present, 'tis but a mere flicker.
I go.
My power allows my tresses to lengthen without bound.
I am called Murong Qingshu.
The gift bestowed upon me is utterly bereft of use.
Might I be spared from speaking of it?
Fret not.
If thou washest to keep thy silence,
Do so.
when peril draws near, simply seek refuge behind me.
I shall be thy shield. I thank thee. Mine ability is that of invisibility.
Its duration is but a single minute.
And what of thee?
Wu Shouchen's ability is that of cookery.
Is not cookery merely the preparing of meals? Thou mayst interpret it thusly. Move not. A quagmire lies before us.
Struggle not. The more thou movest, the swifter thou shalt sink.
Join hands. Link yourselves one unto another, and hold him forth. Nay, it cannot be.
It's too perilous. We are a fellowship. Wilt thou watch him perish and offer no aid?
Hast thou no humanity? I spake not of abandoning him. Yet, look closely. This entire expanse must be a treacherous bog.
If we pull one by one, those at the vanguard must tread upon it.
The last among us shall never hold the weight. When that moment comes, we shall all be swallowed by the mire.
If this shall not work, and that shall not work,
What pretell dost thou propose? Shall we merely look on as he sinks?
Thy hair possesseth the power to lengthen, doth it not?
Nay, nay, I say. To use my tresses to haul him. It is foul, and the agony would surely slay me.
Wen Prikshan is the sole soul within our fellowship who possesseth the martial skill of offense.
Should he meet his end, and we chance upon some fearsome fiend in the night, none amongst us shall escape. Then let us use our garments.
Scart off then outer vestments, and bind them together.
Doth that not serve as a rope to draw him forth? The length would be wanting.
unless ye twain also shed thy garments.
Nay,
王构想一个用力往一个扛不里
who holdeth the prowess for battle.
if thou dost deliver him from this doom,
For the days that are yet to come, he shall surely guard thee with all his might.
so be it. Yet I pray ye, deal with me gently, for I dread the agony.
Have no fear.
Ah, Tis, I bid ye, cease at once.
The agony doth slay me. Thou art sorely pained, art thou not?
It's all the fault of that wretched and backward scheme.
What is amiss? Methought I heard a stirring within the woods just now. Might it be some foul beast?
Nay, we have tarried herein for so long a time.
Yet not even a fly hath crossed our path. Set thy heart at ease.
Cakeed. I pray thy forgiveness. That foul wind I broke but a moment ago. This was the very art I was granted. I had no intent to conceal this from ye.
is only that this art is far too... Thou hast no cause whatsoever to seek pardon. Were it not for this mystical art of thine, we should have had no means to drive away that monstrous serpent. 'Tis thou who hast delivered us.
Wherefore didst thou thrust me aside? Alas, whether thou dost believe it or nay.
It was my true intent to seize thy hand and flee together.
My grasp did slip. Thou speakest falsehoods.
Thou didst plainly. Enough!
Whatever grievances you hold, let us speak of them once we have departed this place. Mayhap that creature hath not wandered far.
Behold, 裸自相.
Curtius, 'tis all thy doing.
Hast thou not tarried and dawdled from the first?
This coffer would surely be ours. I pray thee, use thine eyes before casting blame upon another. The severed ends have already withered.
This company departed a long while past.
I delayed us but scarce 2 minutes in all.
Even if thou didst not squander much time,
Yet a moment ago, when we did rescue Wang Guocheng,
Thou wouldst not hearken unto my counsel.
then didst obstinately insist upon using the hair of Sun Yuki, wherefore his cries did draw forth the great serpent.
and didst well nigh bring about my demise.
That truth, surely thou canst not refute.
Seek as thou wilt. I deign not to waste breath upon such a one as thee.
Methinks thy conscience doth break thee, knowing full well thy fault, yet stubbornly refusing to confess it.
Say, is it not so? Brother Mo, whither do we journey? Methinks this forest grows ever deeper as we tread.
Walk this path.
Lo, who was it that erstwhile did swear so fervently that we must not trail upon the heels of the other companies? How is it thy mind hath now altered its course? We followed not aforetime, lest we clash at the provision grounds. For our small band,
Would scarce be a morsel to sate them.
now that Epitide draweth near,
Abiding nigh unto that company of seasoned warriors,
should any peril stir in the shadows, they shall serve as our truest sentinels. It shall do us naught but good.
Shouldst thou deem this ill-advised,
Thou art free to choose a contrary path unto thy liking. None shall hinder thee.
Thou. Ah. Ah.
Ah.
Tis the very serpent from anon.
Hold thy fears, my friends. The beast is slain.
Ah, it hath been smitten by the lightning.
Nay, 'tis passing strange. We heard no thunderclap anon. I trow it is not so.
Had it been filled by a bolt,
The trees hereabouts would surely bear the scars of scorching. Furthermore, no sound of thunder did reach our ears.
it seemeth not the work of lightning.
Behold, the shrubs and fallen leaves about it are wholly untouched, yet its very flesh is scorched onto stiffness.
'Tis as though it were struck by some precise and deadly aim. Dost thou recall that man upon the shores, who nameth himself Locke?
His art is known as the thunderous quake. 'Tis most likely by his hand this monstrous feline met its doom. To fell so colossal a beast, all alone, what terrible might he doth possess? I have partaken of naught this entire day,
And hunger doth gnaw at me.
Where is our esteemed master of the hearth?
That culinary art of thine. Is this not the perfect hour to employ it?
Stand not idly by. Make haste and conjure a feast fit for an emperor. And let us all bear witness whether thy worth extends beyond mere idle boasting. These lands about us are our domain. Seek ye shelter elsewhere. Brother, pray, suffer us to join thy company this night.
Fear not. We shall demand naught of thy provisions.
And we would stand watch and keep vigil for thee. Nay, a greater company doth make a grander mark for our foes. Furthermore, with these twain at our side, we have no need of thee to stand the watch. But pray,
Begone, or blame me not when my wrath falls upon thee.
very well, we shall depart. What cause hast thou for such pride? Were it not for the foul luck of mine own drawn skill, thou wouldst not dare to flaunt thy might before me thus. Journey yonder. A short walk of 10 minutes shall bring thee to a small clearing. Thou mayst make thy camp there for the night. I thank thee, but 'twas needless to offer them aid. Should they find no place to rest their heads, they shall linger near our camp and refuse to depart, which would in turn draw greater peril unto us.
Moreover, keeping them near may serve as an extra ward should danger arise.
Need we truly watch over such craven fools? 'Tis never a folly to secure an extra path of retreat. Enough. Return to thy rest.
My headless one shall keep the watch here.
To kindle flame by night would make of us too plain a mark.
Gather ye boughs heavy with leaves.
They shall preserve our warmth, whilst keeping us concealed from sight. We number 6 in all. Remember, we shall form pairs and take turns upon the night watch. Let the rest make haste to slumber. Restore thy vigor, and we shall have naught to fear.
Brother Mo! Brother Mo! What ails thee?
The truth. Go forth and gather withered branches.
Brother one. To the one.
Let us carve some flesh from the great serpent for our sustenance.
Partake of this monstrous serpent?
We have all fasted this entire morn and eve. None can say what terrors the night may bring. Without a full belly, we shall lack even the strength to flee.
Cookery.
A meal is successfully prepared. Thou hast obtained half-tarred, half-raw roasted serpent meat. Upon consumption, it shall for a brief time vastly augment the potency of one of thy skills, and prolong the duration of said skill. I shall preserve this for a moment of dire need. The stench of this place shall not easily scatter. Let us make haste and depart. The sun sinketh fast beneath the horizon. Must we journey ever onward?
The woods grow far too thick here.
Our sight is sorely hindered.
Should aught draw nigh, we would remain blind to it. We must seek an open glade wherein to make our camp.
Behold, there is a man yonder. Wherefore doth that wretch lack a head? Make haste. Flee this cursed place.
I can retreat no further.
What must be done?
Which fiend do we strike?
Strike none.
So long as they remain still, let us not provoke their ire.
Make thy way to the right. Think before us.
Descend. Wherefore?
When the first phantom did appear,
We ought to have struck as one and vanquished it.
behold our present folly.
We have drawn the wrath of 3 specters.
Let us see whither thou shalt flee this time.
What is to be done, Brother Mo? Rouse the others, and make haste.
Is too late.
The Mayotordi.
We are besieged.
Besieged?
Turn to thy slumber.
'Tis but one. Can I not best it?
Babe, 'tis not but one. We're already encompassed on all sides.
Awake, everyone. Arise from your slumber.
Is this not overly simple?
Heavens preserve us.
By what vile curse doth this swollen-headed homunculus appear so ghastly?
Cease thy gasping. Gather thy might with all haste.
We shall endeavor to forestall them, and grant thee time.
Art thou prepared?
I am. Bravely struck.
Alas, tonight what I...
Halt! Should we suffer Wang Gokshang to consume that roasted flesh?
To magnify the potency of his gathered blow.
Might it wholly obliterate these swollen-headed fiends?
These grotesque specters. Fear the flame.
This immortal, fear the flame? How dost thou know this? This old master hath laid eyes upon more spirits than thou hast seen mortal men.
These are but lowly phantoms of a lesser tribulation.
Their essence is of wood among the 5 elements. By nature, they harbor a dread of the flame.
Thus, I naturally know of their weakness.
I shall trust thee this once. Consume this at once.
Brother Mo,
Dost thou intend to poison me with this foul thing first, that I might be spared the gnashing teeth of these bulbous-headed fiends?
From whence cometh such wild imaginings? Eat it, make haste. Once consumed, unleash thy arts against these accursed fiends. Alas, the flame I can summon is but a meager spark. It's not even the match of a mere candle. 'Tis of no use whatsoever. Cease thy foolish prattle. Swallow it, as thou art commanded.
Upon partaking of it, thy flames shall grow mighty.
Unleash thy arts, swiftly.
Half-immortal Gao, has thy memory forsaken thee?
Brother Mo, I have truly reduced it to ashes. Who else could it have been but thee?
Rejoice not too soon. The effect shall last but 5 fleeting minutes.
Make haste and strike down the remaining fiends.
Brother Mo, didst thou behold that?
My wondrous arts, I beheld it. 'Tis most potent.
What is the meaning of this? Why dost thou draw these fiends toward us?
Thou hast slain the beast.
Was I who scorched it with flame? With fire, I say.
Then make haste and incinerate these fiends trailing behind.
Pray forgive me, but my flames have just been spent.
Play no tricks with me.
Lest thou incur my unforgiving wrath.
He speaks not but the truth.
Furthermore, 'twas thou who led these fiends hither.
Art thou not vanquished them by thine own hand?
We cannot shake these relentless specters.
If we slay them not, none among us shall find escape. We shall aid ye in slaying these great-headed fiends.
Yet the provisions ye procured from the chests by daylight
Must be halved with us.
Thou art exploiting our peril.
Nay, speak not so.
More aptly, 'tis an exchange of equal measure. Yet the greater part of the provisions remains at our encampment.
Once these ghastly things are vanquished,
I shall guide thee back to retrieve them. Do we have an accord?
Since it is thus, so
Thou and thy comrades
must find means to draw these great-headed fiends into one flock. Overreach not thy bounds.
this task ye must undertake,
For otherwise, we have not the means.
to slay so many of these great-headed fiends at once.
Methinks his word may be trusted.
Shouldst thou play me false?
I shall cast thee directly to those great-headed fiends.
Yea.
Brother Mo.
Have thou more of that roasted flesh which heightens one's prowess?
Nay, there was but that single morsel.
How then shall we contend with so many of these great-headed fiends? Thou shalt know anon.
I shall hear none of it.
'Tis the sole path remaining to us now, else none of us shall escape.
Art thou ready yet?
We can endure no longer. Return.
A promise made is a promise kept. Follow me. Half the provisions shall be thine.
One hath slipped through the net.
Fear not, my comrades.
That is no great-headed fiend.
'Tis my headless spectre.
Such is the art of the headless spectre. It doth sever the head of its adversary, and affix it unto its own neck. Once affixed, it may fleetingly wield the powers of the fallen.
Lo, is this not Brother Man? What hath befallen him to appear thus? Did he not cloak himself in shadow and flee at the very onset?
His fate is unyielding indeed.
Come, let us first away to thy encampment, and survey the provisions.